V'hinei b'golus nemar ani yishena oiseisenu lo yireinu. We're talking about the pasuk ani yishena b'golusa. That means during the golus, the Yidden are in a level of yishena, in a level of sleeping. Why? Because oiseisenu lo yireinu. We have not seen the level of oisius, the signs, as explained earlier, that she'ha'alo einay b'shleimus. The elevation is not complete. B'chol levavecha. It's not wholesome. It's not with whole your heart. So, because it's not b'chol levavecha fully, that's why it's not b'shleimus. V'gam ha'hamshocha einay eino b'bchinas gilui mamish. So that's the halacha. Also, the hamshocha that comes milumaylo is not in an actual revealed way. Liyos niglo oirein sof baruchu le'nibasar, so that there should be revealed the light of the Ein Sof. Blessed is He for the eyes of the people. We don't actually see the hamshocha that comes down from the Ein Sof. K'moy bizman beis hamikdash. As it was in the time of the Beis Hamikdash, you can see the Hamshacha, because you saw there was actually a fire that descended from above. As we say, as it was an Aryeh da'achil korban, it was a lion that ate these sacrifices. That's the Hamshacha that came milamayla. And also we were seeing wonders and signs. They saw the great hand that Hashem has done. Came this man Hagolus, as opposed to in the time of Golus. So over here it appears as if the world goes as its nature, according to the nature, and there is no sign. We don't see Isis and Mevsim. We don't see the fire coming down. So that means Ani Yishena, that in the sleep, as he's going to say, explain, everything is there, but it's not Bishleimus, not the Halo and not the Hamshacha. Ach b'kol makom velbi or. Still, my heart is awake. So that's why, because of this, that's why the golus is been compared to sleep. That the entire vitality is there completely. It's just that the eyes are closed. When a person sleeps, his eyes are closed. The world, everything is there, but he doesn't see it. The eyes are closed. He doesn't see. And the same thing is also with the halo and the hamshocha. And now, it's done. It's not open, you don't see it, but it's still there. That's why it's called Shina. When everything is there, your eyes are closed, you don't see it. For our sages tell us that be'emesin, even though we don't have the Beis Hamikdash and we don't have the Inyonim, the Korbanos in the Poyel, Shetefilo b'mokim Korbanos, that they instituted that the davening should take place of the Korbanos. Achahefresh shebein tefillah l'korbanos. But what's the difference between the davening and the korbanos? Is that we don't get the things open like it was with the korbanos. It's only b'mekoim. It takes the place. שבקורבנות, בזמן המקדש, היה נמשך גילוי אלוקות בגילוי ממש. When we talk about the korbanos in the time of the Mikdash, over there, godliness was brought down openly. The tefillah behelim, by davening it comes, but it's hidden. Then imshach oid liyas koil doidi doifek. There it comes out further. Should be the koil doidi doifek. Should be the level of doifek. What is doifek? Defek shal hayad hu chitzonius, v'defek shal belev hu primis. You have the heart pulsates, and then you have on the hand when you take the pulse. So you have the defek shal hayad, the pulse which is on the hand. Hu chitzonius, that's the external. The defek shal belev, and the defek, the pulse that's in the heart, supremius, that's the inner. Because nimshach al yidei hamshocha v'hamoyach lelev chulu. This is all extends through the hamshocha from the mind to the heart. Likewise above, al yidei yisaruso deletata v'horotzui nimshach ha'isaruso dele'elo. Through the Suruso de Tato and the Rotzi, we get the Surus Leila Vashuv Kamkein Bebeis Bechinas Pneumius Vichitzonius. We also have, when we talk about the Halo and the Hamshocha, you have Isaruso de Tato Verotzi. The elevation is we get the Nimshach, and we get this Rus Shuv, we also get it in two levels, in a level of previous strength. Just like by the person, you have the doifik in the heart, and you have the doifik in the hand, you have the pulse in the hand. So the same thing is, we have these two hamshochas milmaila. Hapnimis hainu hamshochas hatoyre. The inner level is when we get the Sarusa de Leila, the Shuv, that is when it comes down in Torah. By Yokom, Eidus, B'Yakov, V'Soira, Som B'Yisrael. The fact that he places the testimony in Yaakov, the Hamshocha, from the Ein Sof in Yaakov and the Torah B'Yisrael, that's the Pneumius Hamshocha. Torah Shebiksav u'Bechinas. In Torah we have also the Torah Shebiksav u'Bechinas Meichen Da'aba. That's the level of the Meichen Da'aba of Chochma. The Torah Shebal Peh is Bechinas, the Bechinas Meichen De'ema. That gets from the level of Meichen of Ema of Bina. The Hamshocha Hipnimis Belev Mamash. This Hamshocha is an inner Hamshocha. It's actually in the heart. V'ayin me'inyan koil doidi doifek b'pirush haramaz b'zoyhar v'eiro dav chovova mat aleph v'i yisarchu. Achamshocha beis hi chitzonis. The second one is a chitzonis. Hi nimshecha mibchinas achoraim da'abo. That comes from the level of the back of chokhmah. Ubchinas hadoifek, that's the level of the pulse. Shadoifek al hayam, that pulse on the hand. Kimoisha doifek al alev, just as it pulsates, the heart pulsates, also the hand pulsates as well. There's a pulse in the hand just above the heart. Shahadafek ahu, the doifek that's on the hand, the pulse, is gamke mibechinas chokhmah, also comes from the level of chokhmah. V'lochein yesh by bechinas nekudis komets pasachulu. I have to look this up, what it means by the nekudis komets. I'm not sure the dofak, maybe it's called the dofak. That's what the pulse that's on the yud has a komatz and a pasach. I think maybe that's called. We pronounce it as doifek, but I think it's dofak. But anyways, he says it has the nekuda of kamatz and pasach and chulu. Shal yidei zeh niker hachoili. You can tell the sickness. I think it's kamatz pasach means also like kamatz is closed, pasach is open. That's like the doifik, the pulse that opens and closes. I think that's what it means. And I also previously in the previous Mamer, I by mistake I attached the doifik means the bang of the hand, but doifik here means the pulse in the hand. It means either the pulse of the hand or the pulse of the that's in the heart. But this is considered to be the chitzonius. The pulse that's in the hand is the chitzonius from the pulse of the heart. And he says through the pulse, that's through the pulse of the hand, you can recognize the sickness. In what level is there the pagam, the blemish? So he's trying to say that even this level, the level of the chitzonis, comes from chokhmah. That means the nekudas are in the level of chokhmah. V'shom hu oir ein sof. Over there is oir ein sof. When we talk about chokhmah, we have oir ein sof over there. Ki oir ein sof. The Ein Sof rests only in Chokhmah. And from there comes the Dafek. But it comes from the level of Achorayim. So basically, it also comes the level of the Kudish. You know what? I made a mistake now, and I have to correct myself again. Lochen yesh in Kudish Kometz Pasach means the word doifek has a pei and it has a kuf. It's chulu, the dalad also, but he's talking about the Kometz in the Pasach in nothing to do with the vowels. No, we're talking about it has the level of the Kudus in it. In the word doifek, you have the kuf and you have the pei, which is in the Kudus of Kometz Pasach, because what he's trying to say that the level of doifek is the level of the Kudus, and the level of the Kudus is in Chokhmah. And in Chokhmah, b'sham hu ein sof, ein sof, ein sof shoda ela b'chokhmah. So that's the level of Nekudas. B'sham nimshach hadefek, ela shu nimshach mebchinas achorayim. From there comes the level of defek, but it comes in a way of achorayim. Why are we saying is Achorayim? So basically, he wants to say that it all comes from the level of Chokhmah. This is the level of Nekudas of Chokhmah, but it's in a way Achorayim versus the way it comes down in the Pnimius Halev. Hainu, and that is Ki Doifek Oisius Kuf Peidalet. Doifek has the letters of Kuf Peidalet, which is 184. Shu Mispar V'Cheshben Achorayim D'Shem Ab. That's the number and the cheshbon of the back of Shem Ab. How does that come to the cheshbon of Shem Ab? I'm not sure. Ein Beitz Chaim Sharish Beches Nitzutzin Perik Beis over there. Madrega Ches Chulu over there probably explains how it is. I got to look this up also. But this is the level of the Achorayim of Shem Ab. Over there is the resource of remembering. is in the Chitzonius that Hashem pokad es Sora. Hashem remembered Sora. The Hainuk shenimshach b'chinas achorayim kuf pedalet pokad. When there is a level of the Charayim, is the level of pokad. So that means that's where it changes around. Avo b'chinas pnimis Sora ein level. When you talk about the level from the pnimis over there, Sora doesn't have a child because mitzad the pnimis she doesn't have a child. Because when there is a shine from the back of Chochmah, then you can extend the child for Sora. Then it cannot come down in a way to Ishtauslos to be a child of Sora. It says in the Kutatayra over there, Ki ein the Ki ein Pnimius Abo Yered Lamato. That the Pnimius of Abo does not go down below. Rak mibchinas achoyrim, only from the level of the achoyrim of Abba. Nimshach bchinas poka de sorov. There comes a level of poka de sorov. B'chein, same thing is pokoid pokaditi as osu b'chem. So to come down lemato in such a low level, it has to come in the charayim because the pnimius cannot come down in such a low level to actually bring a vladless sora or poka pekadetias as also lachem. Shenimshach afilu b'bechinas Mitzrayim. Even in the level of Mitzrayim chulu, you can have that level of pekadeti, but it's dafke from the achurayim of the level of chacham. Ba'ayin be'etz chayim shara krishma perik tazvov. Minyan pnimis Abba. My face will not be seen because from the level of ponai there cannot be the hamshocha. Only in the future to come there will be the revelation of this level. But that's why Davke in the future will say, Ki ato avinu, you are our father, because over there we'll get the level of Pnimius. And because of the level of Pnimius, that's the Kato avinu as explained over there in the map. Base. Pischili. So it says that so what does it mean, Pischili? Hine Amr Razal, our sages of blessed memory said that Pischili kichudah shel machat. It's without a hey here, right? It's just machat.
Machat.
Yavani eftach lochem ki pischei shelula. You open me up like the point of a needle, and I will open you up like the entrance of the ulam. Normally, we translate this as what's the maila, what's the advantage of the ulam? Because the ulam had a wider door. So we say, oh, open me up a drop, and I'll open you a lot. But the Alter Rebbe brings down here, what it really also means, like the entrance of the ulam, which doesn't have doors, that it never closes. All the gates had doors, chutz mishel ulam, with the exception of the ulam. When you have doors, shad losses fa'omim nizgorim. Sometimes doors are closed. and they correspond, that level of losses that close sometimes, they correspond connected to Sarusa de la Eila Asher Lifi Sarusa de la Tato. That's an Isarusa de la Eila that is according to the Isarusa de la Tato. And that's why when there is arousal from below, then the doors. No. Isarusa de la Tato Eino Yochel Hagia Rak Lebichinas Chochma. Where can you reach with the Isarusa de la Tato? Only to the level of Chochma, which is Reishis HaHishtalshus. That's the beginning of Hishtalshus. The Kulam, the Chochmos is everything you did with Chochma, you start with Chochma. Alkein Yochel Isarusa de la Tato Lahamshich Mishom Isarusa de la Eila. That's why the Isarusa de la Tato can bring down from there in Isarusa de la Eila. Avo lemadregas keser, but to the madreg of keser. Asher hu lemayla migeder ha'ishtalshalus, which is beyond the definition of ishtalshalus. And he brings down now that it's actually keser is not part of ishtalshalus. Ba'ayim ha'shekos bebiur aposik tzeno re'eno. She'ein ha'keser miminyan as a sfiris. Keser is not part the number of the 10 spheres because it's higher than Ishtalshlus. Where is the beginning of the Esther spheres? That starts with Chochma. Chochma starts the Ishtalshlus. And therefore, and the way the light, the air comes from the level of Keser to the level of Chochma, it comes in a jump away. It's not Ishtalshlus, it's Diluk. So, Eich Yochel Halos Man, but there's the man get the Shtausnus. It says Eich Yochel or Ein Yochel.
Ein Yochel.
Eich or Ein?
Ein.
Ein Yochel with a nun, right?
Yes.
Ein Yochel Halos Man L'Oirer Mishom Mat. So the Mayim, the Halos Man, the elevation of the Sarusa de la Tata, the Mayim Nukvim, the feminine water, does not have the power L'Oirer Mishom Mat to arouse from the level of Chochma, the Mayim Duchurim. That's to the level of Keser. You can't get the Rak Habshocha Mishom Huba Ma'atzma. It comes by itself. The Ayin Mashakosuf is that the Parshas B'Shalach, the Dibra Maskel Vashem Hoylach Lifneim Yom. This is hinted by the Pischa Shel Ulam. Asher loy hoyu loy glossus klal. It had no doors at all. To the level of Keser. It is hinted by the entrance to Ulam. It had no doors. Raku Pasumach Tomid Ma'atzme. But it is always open on its own. It's always coming there. It doesn't depend on the Jerusalem de Latata. So, but notwithstanding that, there's no doors for the Ulam. Ein ha'orezu mehakeser nimshachu miskale rak acharei sheyesh leimus lamata. This is only revealed after there is a wholesomeness below, which means you can't just get it. You have to first do the shleimus lamata. You have to go through other doors before you get to the ulam. The hainu b'chinas ishtalshlus mechochma lamata. When you have complete in the level of ishtal chochma lamata, azai sheirag amkin mashalamaylo. Then you can get the higher light, which is higher than Ishtalshus. I know. When a person does everything that the power of his soul in his Chochmah Midas, which is the level of love and fear of Hashem, so then automatically it comes down the Rotzona Elyon, she'ein kenegdoi koyach nefesh ha'odom. And that there doesn't have the power. The Rotzona Elyon doesn't have in the nefesh ha'odom the power to isarusa de latato, so he can't be mamshich rotzon. And therefore, that comes though after the Chochmah Midas are done b'shleimus, the Ava V'yira, so then you get the higher level, you get the revelation of the level of Rotzon. Also, for one to enter inside to the entrance of the Ulam, you needed to go through many gates, many entrances that do have doors. The thing is that when he later on reaches the entrance of the Ulam Atzmai, there you don't have to open up any doors, because that's open and there is no doors. So over there too, you have to go through and prepare yourself. You have to have other doors to go through. But once you come and you've done your level of shlemus of ishtalshlus, and you've gone through the gates, through the sarusa de latata, then you will get the higher level. You get the level of the Ein Sof. You'll get the level of Keser, which is the ulam represented by the ulam, which is always open. We find a similar idea when the shine of Keser comes on Yom Teshuvah. That is the 50th gate of the 50 gates of Bina. So the 50th gate is the level of Keser. Now this we say for the 50th gate, it says Tispru Chamishim Yom. Question is, well, we don't really count 50 days, but we only count 49 days. Sheheim Hamshochas Memtes Sharei Bina. Those are bringing down the 49 gates of Bina, the 49 days that we count. But the 50th day ain't Sofrim B'Shavuos. We don't come and count on Shavuos. Why don't we count it? V'hainu Kilishom ein magia klal ma'aseh hatachtonim. To the 50th gate, to the level of the Chamishim, over there we can't tisperu, we can't say Hayom Yom, because we cannot be mamshich it. The ein bonu koyach lahamshichoi al yidei svira. We don't have the power to bring it down through counting. Elo hu nimshach me'elov u'memela b'li svira shalom. But it comes on its own without our counting. It comes on its own because we can't count it, because we cannot be mamshach. Elo she'im kol zeh, but still einay nimshach elo b'hagdim tchila sviras ha'emer memtes yomim. It's only going to come down to the introduction of first counting the 49 days. You're not going to get the 50th day, the level of Keser, the 50th Chamishim, the 50th gate of Bina, without first going through and getting the 49 gates of Bina. The Hainu. Only after it shines and it extends is Rusa de Le'ela, that which the person has the power to extend. אחר שיש לו שלמות מלמטו גם כן, בבחינת ההשתלשלות, after he has a wholesomeness from below, also from the level of Ishtalshalos, he was mashlim and has the shlemus in Ishtalshalos. Azai davke shoyrev and ipsha, so then it can rest and extend gamkein memela masha milmayla mishtalshlu bisarusa deltatu. That which is beyond the Ishtalshalos and the sarusa deltatu will be nimshach after you are mamshich everything that you can. And that's why it also says tispru, because even though we don't actually count it, as we just said, we're not counting that. And that's why it says you count 50 days. That means that the pasuk counts it, considers it for us as if we draw down the 50th day. Hagam she'ein shayich boi be'etzem sfira b'hamshocha shalom. Even though in essence it does not apply there. In essence, it does not apply their counting and our drawing down. So why do we call it that we count? Since the 50th day and this revelation that happens automatically, it also hinges on first counting the 49 days. So therefore, it's as if you counted the 50th day, because that 50th day only comes after counting the 49 days. And that's why we say also Tispru Chamishim Yom. Al derech zehu inyan Pischu liki chudosh al mato. Open the chudosh al mato. Ki kol ha'yishtalshelus nikra chudosh al machat. Neged rotzen ha'elyon. If you try to compare all of Ishtalshelus, when you compare it next to the rotzen ha'elyon, it's considered like the point of a needle. That's how small it is. V'ayim ha'shekosuv is a soif divra maschil v'ikach koirach v'hinei pischa shel ulam hoya arboim amma. That was 40 amas wide. V'hu beis pam chof. 40, that's 2 times 20. A regular door was 20. And that's, what's the next word after chof? V'hu beis pam chof?
I don't know.
You beis pam chof? There's 3
What's
A's.
base? I don't know. Base pamim. What you talking about, Rabbi?
Who beis pam chof? You see it in what I'm reading?
Why mashikosim is there?
What's next? Who beis pamim?
Who base pamim chaf?
What's the next word?
Dehine.
Dehine. Ha'hefresh bein ani was the difference between ani and anoichi? Hu achof. You say ani and they say anoichi. That's the difference we have. You put in a chof in the anoichi. Ani becomes anoichi. Ki ani hu b'chinas malchus. Ani is the level of malchus. Avlo noichi ubechinas a kesem. Anoichi is kesem. Anoichi is kesem. It has the chof. Lochein anoichi ubechinas. You say anoichi ubechinas is nasus yoser ma'ani. You say anoichi, that's a greater elevation, more than ani. Ki inyan, like the idea of melech hamlochim. There's melachim. That's level of malchus. And then also you have Melech HaMelachim. So that's the extra Chof. Gam, Chof, Rosh Hashanah Keser. It's also the beginning of the word Keser, or Noichis Keser. And V'chein, Esrim, or Gematria Keser. 20 is, the Chof is Keser. So this is all. How does he spell the word Gematria here by me? Who? Gematria? Gimel Yud? Mem?
Mem Tes.
Yes, by me it's a Yud. Okay. V'chein Esrim, or Gematria Keser. Keser is 20, 620. I don't understand. The level Chof is the beginning of the word Keser, but it's also the number of the Chof of Keser. But he says, V'chein Esria hu Gematria Keser. He doesn't say Gematria Chof, but that's, but maybe he's talking about because it's 620 Keser. V'hinei Ksiv Anoichi Anoichi Beis Pa'amim Anoichi. Like it says in the parsha, Anoichi Anoichi Hu Menachemcha. So that's 2 times Anoichi. Hainu, what is that? Hainu Inyan Ki Goi Go. Like we say, Goi Go, exalted, exalted. Beis Pa'amim Gaiva. Beis Pa'amim Go. So we're talking about, we said Anoichi is Keser. So what's 2 times Keser? Anoichi Anoichi. Those are the 2 levels in Keser. One of them, that's basically the level of Atik and Arich. That's one, that's the level of Atik, the level of the lower level of the Matzil. And V'shoirish HaNetzolim. And then the root of the Netzolim, that's Arich. V'zeu shtoik kach olo b'machshava. Means when it says, asked how come, the Abish's response was shtoik kach olo b'machshava. So the word kach is also 2 times 20, chof chof. And the base pa'amim chof hanal. Those are the 2 chof chof. They know the higher level in Keser. Ein pri Etz Chaim Shar Nefilosapayim Perikei. L'chein hazeh remes pischa shel ulam shehoya gavoya beis pamim esrim. I said why? But it's the 40 amas high. 20, it was 40 amas high. Inyan mashikosu losid lovei. It says for the future, hine yaskil abdi goyim v'govam me'oid. Very high, but this is associated with the 2 levels of Keser. So this is what it says, Eftach l'cho ki pischa shel ulam. Give you that higher level, the highest level of Keser. From the Chudesh shel Matal, ganze Shtalshlos, you get 2 times more. Gam ulam loshon koyach v'chayzik. Also, ulam represents strength, power, and strength. Like we say, ilim, called the alim gevar ulam. That's the gam. Also, it says ulam chaya nivi molik v'ed Hashem. So you also have the loshon of ulam over there. Hine inyan hapsicha zu shal pischli nechlekes lebeis bechinas. This opening is divided into 2 levels. So we have ha'aleph he achoisi. One of them is level of achoisi, which is he ha'ava hativis shebeteva nefesh b'toldoisa. That's the natural love that the soul has from birth. Ke'avas achba achois, like the love of a brother and a sister. Shavosam hitivis mitzat tuldoisa. Their love is natural because of their birth. They come from one root and one source. So that's why there's love over there. However, that's a natural love. That's not work, it's not service. And he's not called one who serves Hashem. The word avoida, he meloshin oires avudim. When you have the word avoida, that comes from the language of worked through oires. Liyos avoidas evet avoidas masa. The word avoida means like when in a tannery, when you work through the hard work to get the leather from the skin, and that means to work hard is like the avoida of an evet. And avoidas masa, and the level, the avoid of carrying, which calls with the Zohar, as it's stated in the Zohar, the work of love. That's considered work. Why is that? That is to change the nature and what is accustomed to. Which calls with the Sefer Shalbein That's a big job. That's an avodah. L'shanis as tiva b'chinas avodah, b'chinas beis. That's the second level already. It's not the level of ach, which is a natural, but that's the avodah of the evet. That's the second level of the pischili, shu b'chinas rayosi. That's the level of rayosi. Liyos is kafia, is hapcha. There should be the subduing and turning around. Should nase mozin umira, that becomes a food and a feed kimoy hamaychel shemis akel, like the food that digests chulu. How do we get that level of avodah? That level of avodah comes that digests the food through iskafinus hapcha. That's when the understanding soul contemplates on the greatness of the Ein Sof Baruch Hu. If the kula kamei kiloi, everything is considered like nothing. For this, you require the giyas nefesh, giyas basar, which is possible with Amorim. The die lemevi.
Okay. Have a good Shabbos.
Okay, Shabbos.